I'm good at recording. I'm the best.
Very good at recording.
I'm very good at recording.
Yeah.
I'm super good. And
It's gonna be big. It's gonna be big.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. Yeah.
it's gonna be the best. Big leap. Alright, I can edit this too.
I have a lot of recordings.
Alright.
I have lots of recordings. I'm recording something else.
Alright, Toastmasters. Toasties. Episode 1. Welcome to the teacher. Alright, you know.
This is just a generic beer I invented myself.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had these
No
fancy
way
ass
am I
glasses.
tied to any sponsorship. So until you can get a certain name of this beer that rhymes with Mudbeiser,
Good one. That's a good
pay me
one.
for this.
That's a good one.
You're not gonna see the bottle and know what I'm drinking.
This is not of that beer. Alright,
Now I feel very lower class because I'm not drinking beer out of a glass.
alright, your turn. Now you have to start.
What do I say?
But no, I'm not saying we're doing this now. This is all gonna be on here. So you gotta tell about the people that you found out about. How the hell did you find out about this? Hey, for real, blew my mind.
Alright, for those of you that don't know me, I read a lot. I don't really read anything good or important, but I do read a lot about
Weird
very
shit.
weird shit
Very weird shit.
that
Very weird.
people will find interesting, and who knows? At least it'll give us something to talk about, right?
Amen.
Well, what I read about was this entire race of is midget the preferred? No, you know what? I don't care. Midgets.
Midgets.
I don't know what the technical term is. Not sorry.
Mini people. Mini people. That sounds worse. That sounds way worse. Go on. Midget people. There you go. Oh, what was that?
Walter.
Walter just
whistled.
whistled.
This is, by the way.
All right, go on to the people. The mini people.
So, not only is a whole race of people on this island, they're all
Yep.
midgets, right? They
Tiny
stand about 3 foot tall on average. But the elephants that they hunt are 3 feet tall as well.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
Absolutely true.
And here's what's weird about it. Komodo dragons, you can find them at a pet store, they're cute, whatever, I guess, if you're into that. But that was their common predator. Not only are they midget
Komodo
people,
dragon?
a giant Komodo dragon, roughly the same size as them, and the elephants all on the same island. Now, you can't make this stuff up. Whatever island this is definitely God's blind spot. There are people being hunted by tiny lizards that are somehow giant, and their food source isn't the lizard, but it's a tiny elephant.
And the funny thing was, so I thought this was bullshit, complete bullshit. I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought this was complete bull.
Yeah.
Now, so all I had to type into Google was midget island. It gave me 2 million hits, and this came up. So now I like to research this shit. Now, not that I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I just like to do my research. Now,
You shouldn't believe me, you don't know me.
so you ready? You blow your mind.
And
Watch this.
Take it away.
So, okay, the island is from Indonesia. It's called Flores, like the Mexican name, like the Flores family, like that, like Flores.
Flores family.
And-
Are they famous at all?
Okay, no, it's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Remember that? They go, oh no, that's Juarez family. That's more Mexican. Now, anyway,
Those don't even
so-
rhyme if you think about it.
right,
Flores and Juarez.
Flores,
Phonetically,
Juarez.
they wouldn't rhyme.
That is true. They both just sounded Mexican to me. Now, okay, so
I think
it's
that
called
I'm
Flores.
racist.
Okay, now the distinction you're talking about the Hobbit people, right?
Yeah.
Those
They're
are
elephants and
those
they're
were
dragons.
the ancestors forever ago, right? Now I don't know if this is the kind way of saying it, but they call it the present day pygmy population. Pygmy. Now, so I'm like, what the fuck does pygmy mean? It means that the adult
Miniature form.
right, and so the males can't be above 4'9". So they're all shorter than that. Like the women, everyone's shorter than 4'9".
So a bunch
They
of Tom
still-
Cruises.
Yeah, right. So this Tom Cruise island, they all.
Hey,
so
them space boots will tell everybody he's 5'3". I'm not buying it.
so you have a bunch of these Tom Cruises on this island, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is all they know about it. The island. It's remote. and it has one of the densest forests. Like the forest is as dense as possible. Like you think the rainforest is dense, this place is dense, and these people live there. And like you said, they didn't know about them. So in 2004, they found it. They go, what the hell is this random ass tiny skeleton person? Then they start digging into it, and they still live there. Now,
they're still there.
Right, and so I was like, how the hell do they... So like you said, they're dubbed the Hobbits, is what they're actually called, the Hobbits. Like a race of Hobbit people. But they're... Now, I didn't know about this. You can take over after this. But, here you go, Walt. But, so, Homo florensiensis? Florensiensis? Okay, bred, it says... Right, so the midgets, they bred with what they call hominin species. And I was like, what the fuck does hominin mean? I don't even know what that means. Hominin is it says, part of a family of a larger group of primates called hominids. Hominids include orangutans, gorillas, chimps, and early human beings. So these short people bred with the dumb monkeys and made your pygmy population. It's exactly what happened.
I wouldn't really say monkeys.
That's what
weird. You know, there has to be like some kind of.
Well, no, that's what a hominin is.
Should be too different, right?
They're pre-early human beings. This is all like way.
Straight monkey.
Cave people, right? But so the group that they bred with, they're extinct now. Is what they said. So, but the hominids, it says they include orangutans, gorillas, and chimpanzees, and early humans. So they were early civilization. That was, I don't know, like They weren't primates. I'm not saying they're primates. But they're early human beings, right? Now this shit is gonna blow your mind. The people. So when they went there in 2000, this is 2018. They went there to visit these people, and the other native tribe, okay, is called the Cage or the Sage, something like that. Now they call them the Ibu Gongo, okay? Yeah, this is their description. They talk to these people on the island, okay? They stand between 4 and 5 feet tall, on average. They have ape-like features, including hair-covered bodies, large mouths, broad, flat noses, and prominent eyebrow ridges. Cavemen. As well as proportionally very long arms and pot bellies. In the lore, these creatures are depicted as being very fast and agile runners and climbers, similar to monkeys. They are said to have the ability to talk amongst themselves in their own rudimentary language, as well as to mimic human speech.
Now are those still in the island?
This is the current this is the pygmy population. This is what they say. Now, and it says, although they show no sign of using fire or tools like human beings, they are far from benevolent denizens of the forests. The Ibu Gongo traditionally have a rather negative image. They are seen as ravenous gluttons who will eat anything. They will raid the villages to steal your food and kidnap people to eat them if they're in the mood.
People.
They will kidnap people from villages and cook them.
Actual people or like
the human beings who live there now? They will hunt them down if they're desperate for food. They will kidnap people and eat them. And they're eager to chase you out of their territory.
Somewhere, Quentin Tarantino's gonna make a movie about that.
Dude, this is
midget killers.
It's Kong Island, for real. It's Kong Island. I'm not even joking. There's got to be some freaking weird ass animal there. That these creatures are just like, praise Kong, Walter.
And for those of you who don't know, Walter is actually my dog. We are, if midget is not the preferred nomenclature,
he's one of them.
Sizes.
He's a midget.
This is my basset hound, Walter, and as you can see, he's a very good friend of mine. Oh, Walterific here. So yeah, we do not discriminate in size at all.
That's right. So when we say midget,
but if you're a cannibal caveman midget,
you just go away.
People, I mean. That is definitely something discriminated about. It's not a size thing anymore. I think it's more of a.
You're not a human.
Could happen here, you know?
You're not a human being anymore. You're not a human being.
Yeah,
now, the people got pissed off, and this is called the Ibu Gongo massacre. Okay, the most common tale. This is in the 18th century. The Nage, the people that lived there, tricked the Ibu Gongo.
Wait, the Nage was the first one.
No. They live there now. Those are the people, and they live on the island. They reside there.
Just regular people or what?
Yes, these are people. These are like smart people like us. These aren't the Ibu Gongo who are the cave people. So they got pissed off that they were kidnapping people and eating them. Okay, so they decided. So they gave them a gift of highly flammable palm fiber clothing, and they took it right? And it says they took the blankets, they took the clothes, everything, because they're greedy, right? They're gluttons. Now, so they went to their cave, and so the Nage decided, we hate these motherfuckers, so they gave them this, and it's highly flammable, and they doused it. And they threw torches into the cave and burnt them alive. I cannot make this shit up. I'll post the article, like, I'll give you the link in this video. This is absolutely true.
If anyone out there has seen the old Planet of the Apes from what, the early 2000s?
Yeah, with Mark Wahlberg. Welcome. It's here on Earth.
That's exactly what I picture when you tell me about this.
It's Midget Island.
This little tiny, hairy, agile, you know, got the long arms dragging on the ground. They're probably walking on their knuckles like that, you know.
With pot bellies and
right
shit.
On horses and whatever, just pillaging.
Oh my gosh. So they lived in these caves, and then they got, and says, you know, and it says the few survivors were hunted down and killed, but people still see them. Like, there's video footage on YouTube of people driving in their Jeeps, and they go, who the fuck is that? It's a small 4-foot person with, like, and they run away. They have pot bellies, and so they still exist on the island. They're just like a rare breed. Like, they're rare now. But, like, that was the Ibu Gongo is what they call them. Fucking nuts, man.
Nuts. You know what's really weird about that, though?
What?
It's actually kind of a rare mutation for someone to be a dwarf. Obviously, that's where we get the Basset Hound, like little Walter here. Then they kept being bred by dwarfs.
Other little people?
Smaller little people, whatever. They kept breeding, and that's how eventually they get a mutation that sticks around like Walter. But for an entire society to be like that,
that's fucking weird, man.
There had to be two that were midgets that ran off from the rest.
Well, like you said, it's not even the people. The Komodo dragons are smaller.
They're bigger. They're 3 foot, I thought.
Oh, they're bigger?
They're bigger.
Oh, the predators are bigger.
They're bigger.
But that makes no sense. So that's what I was talking about.
The elephants are small too.
So like I said, I looked it up. So the average elephant I told you was there. The Asian elephant, because they're in Asia over there, is 5,000 pounds, right? Mm-hmm. The lowest is 5,000 pounds. There's literal pictures of these elephants. They're 600 pounds. They're tiny. They're like the size of these people. And I imagine, I'm not saying they rode them. I'm just saying that'd be hilarious to watch the midget elephant. That's their main form of transportation. And they're not big at all.
You can't be a good warrior at all. I don't know how they come into being Ibu Gongos. If they're fighting Komodo dragon, do they even eat meat? Why are they having to fight them in the first place? They're not a predatory species, I don't believe, but why were they at war with these giant Komodo dragons?
Because the Ibu Gongo are the big fat gluttons. They're selfish monkeys.
At war with a giant peaceful lizard.
That's they do. Well, I mean, they have that poisonous saliva, don't they? Komodo dragon. Because Komodo dragons, they don't attack you to kill you. They attack you like the slow game. Like their saliva is like poisonous. So when they lock onto you, they just hold on tight, right? So when they hold on to you, their whole end game is to watch you die in their mouth. Because the saliva gets into your blood.
I didn't even know they were poisonous.
Yeah, the saliva gets in your bloodstream, and then you slowly, and you die. And then they eat you. They're a slow game monster. And they're slow. Have you seen them walk? It's slow as fuck. Anyway, you brought it up to me as midget.
I learned a lot of interesting things about Komodo dragons.
But
we are Google checking all of that. Don't you worry.
Don't you worry. We'll Google. We know the Googles. We know the Googles. We are the best of the Googles. We're the Googles.
We have a couple Googles that Google something with, okay?
We're the best of the Googles. But that just makes how do you get a whole island of that shit?
And the animals too.
Yeah, where's that even come from? Is it genetics? Is it like I said, the only thing I told you, the only things they can come up with is that maybe that their island, like the island living, would cause some of this evolutionary traits of where they are now. Like their diet would make them smaller. Their need to constantly be moving and going from tree to tree would make them smaller. Smaller. But
because
they have no idea.
Monkeys are bigger than 3 foot, aren't they?
Yeah, they're huge. So but then, like you said, the nearby islands, it's only that island. The other islands around this similar island, Indonesia, completely regular human beings.
And then why are the Komodo dragons so damn big?
Yeah, there's no reason. Well, lizards are different. So I don't know. I was watching this documentary about that's the world's largest snake technically, And it was like back in the day, it was prehistoric times. It was a huge ass python. Now, this python was, I mean, the documentary was like just showing this big ass 40-foot python. And the climate in the prehistoric time was way, way different. So like it was super fucking hot. Like 130 degree weather, like really fucking hot climate. So reptiles adapt to the hot climate, right?
Yeah.
So they thrive in hot climate because they're cold-blooded. You feel me?
Yeah.
So maybe it's bigger because it's a hotter climate. So that's what I'm saying by island living. They can't really pinpoint what it is. And no one, I mean, it's in my notes too, but I memorized it. No one has successfully pulled DNA from the bone of these Ibu Gongo. So they can't, if they were to pull DNA, they could pin it right on the nose. They could be like, yeah, it's a early human being. No, it's an ape. But they can't pull it, so it's still a mystery.
I think earlier forms of human that were pre-evolved completely were actually shorter in stature. But I don't know if they ever got that short.
That's really fucking short.
Because they were on an island, maybe they could have been isolated, from any other kind of interesting genetic factors that could come into play. Like
it was just weird.
Taller, they wouldn't have had anything like that. So therefore, they would all carry same genes.
Right.
They'd all be related somehow.
Holy shit, yeah.
So but humans evolved into being taller, eventually. I'm 6'3". I guess I'm fully evolved now. I have no clue.
I'm average. I'm 5'9". Okay.
If it's a girl, ask me 6 foot.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I'm 6 foot tall.
But lack of genetic diversity could have caused them to not get taller over the course of time. Well, what if they missed a complete step in evolution? What if they just never had that diversity out there?
It's just weird. It's just fucking weird because they can't pinpoint it. Yeah, like I said, if they could pull DNA, so I think it said 4 different labs have tried to pull DNA from the like skeletal structure of these beings, like these beings, the creatures, the monster ape midget people, Ibu Gongo.
Those people. Can't vote, they're not people. That's how I look at it.
Okay, the Ibu Gongo monkey people. Okay, them. Hi Walt. Hi. So they can't pull DNA from it. They keep getting like fucked up DNA. They kept getting like they can't get a whole picture of it. So they can't pinpoint if it's early human being civilization or like another like another genetic evolution of like a monkey. You know what I mean? So they don't know because like I was watching Joe Rogan, right? There are orangutans in Africa who are fishing with tools. So they'll make a sharp pointy stick and they'll hang from a tree and jab it into the water and collect fish.
That is scary.
I know.
That's the only thing that separates us from them, the fact we can make tools.
I know, and then so people believe they're moving into the Stone Age. That these monkeys are, because they watched us. They said how they learned that. They watched humans do it in the early days, right? And now they replicate it. So they don't know if like the Ibu Gongo is a more advanced ape that is like earlier than we are as human beings, or if it's a branch of our early human beings, which I think is fucking crazy. But
slight intermission.
We're live, bro. What are you doing? We're on the podcast. Guess it's just me now. It's just me. But yeah, I just found this
very unsettling to have a hound dog in your crotch. Always keep an orange tennis ball.
Dude, she's sleeping.
She's trying to sleep. She said she had problems sleeping that anyway.
Okay, deal. Now, either way, so like I said, so they can't prove it, so they don't know if this is an ape or if it's a person. Your thoughts? What do you think? Do you think it's an ape? Do you think it's an early branch of evolution from us, from human beings? Or do you think it's more ape? To me, it sounds more like it could be a whole other branch of evolution of like, I don't know, more ape-like.
I see, I could definitely see it being a flaw in evolution, secluding them in an island,
Yeah.
They would have had to have made it that far to where they are now, but for nobody to have come into contact with the island at all until, 2004?
Yeah, like they didn't find these things until 2004. But
like surrounded by other smaller islands.
Who are nothing like them.
For what? Because why?
Well, I mean, like I said before, it's similar to Kong Island, right? Except there's no proof of big ape, okay?
Not yet.
Not yet. That's right. Who knows, man? Like, so, because, like, did you watch the new Kong movie? with like
Newest one?
Tom Hiddleston in it.
Hell no.
No?
No.
So that one kind.
Jack Black or nothing.
Yeah, that's the best one because that's the one. Remember
It's the only one we acknowledge.
Remember the worm creatures that were like in the mud pits and they were eating the people?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of weird shit that happens on the island, and these people just like adapt and live to it, right?
If people told me that there's weird shit on an island,
That's
told me
gonna
never
catch
to
on
go,
the. That's gonna catch on the thing.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the weird island and see everything I can. Dude.
Well,
I
it's
don't
like.
see why that would deter people.
Well, it's.
I don't know.
Well, cause like so what in the King Kong movie, right? So the people were fucking crazy. Remember, he went to feed them the chocolate,
Yeah.
and they bit the finger. They're early human beings who don't really know any better, right? They just are in, like they're the bottom of the food chain on this island. What if the Ibu Gongo is the bottom of the food chain, and inside this dense forest is a whole nother evolutionary chain we've never gotten to see before?
Well, there are people living there now. They'd be able to find
In
out
the
something.
populated area, they don't go in the jungle. The jungle's too dense for human beings.
They got
And
jeeps for that.
that's where they live. I know that's where the jeeps are. That's where they see them. But if there's no trails, that's all their island, bro. So,
if anybody out there is feeling quite generous and wants to give me, I don't know.
or
a
if you
bunch
live
of
in
money,
Indonesia,
and I'm poor, so a bunch of money may be like enough for a plane ticket, gas, and food out there. I eat a lot. I will gladly go down there and find something out there.
we'll find
I
it,
probably
bro.
won't live long enough, but I would definitely do it just for the thrill.
Well, cause like I said, I typed it in the videos. It shows a dude from a Jeep GoPro, and you can see a little ape man with a stick over there. I'm like,
And this is on the same island or what?
yes, he's dark. He's darker than the wood on this table, and he's all hairy. And they're like, what? He's like 3'8", like tiny little dude. What? And he runs off. And so this.
Can I see that face again? Can we get a play that?
Yeah, I can't name that. That just happens naturally. That's just what you get on this podcast show. But like that just fucking blew my mind. I thought you were just smoked too much of your vape, and you gave me a phone call, and you were like, "Hey man, I got this really good nicotine buzz coming on. There's an island of midget
It's like
people."
11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, I know exactly what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the island of lost midgets.
I was like,
midget
"There's no
elephants,
way,
and
man."
giant lizards.
But like, I mean, because there's a lot of shit. Like, we like to think as people we know a lot, but we don't know jack shit about Earth. Like, we don't know anything about the ocean. We don't know anything about no one's gonna explore this dense forest. One, because it costs a fucking shit ton of money. You just ask them for tickets. You know what I mean? And no one's gonna just go there and be like, "Oh, sure, they eat people. Sure, we'll go there.
Dude, I'll
We'll
go there
visit.
for a week.
We'll yeah, okay,
I
fine.
worked at a prison for 5 years. I'm not saying it makes me a tough guy,
Well-
but I will do stupid stuff just out of boredom.
We'll live stream it. I'll put a camera on your forehead, and you can go meet the Ibu Gongo. If you
Somebody
get eaten,
sponsor us, we will do this.
if you get
I will do this. You don't even have to pay me for being there. Just get
Podcast-
me there on the way back.
Podcast
Give me
episode
something
number
to eat
2.
while I'm there, and I'll be good.
podcast number 2. We're sponsored by Go Fuck Yourself Travel Agency. They say we're gonna go see the Ibu Gongo.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely make it a sport. We could throw them around or something.
Oh my gosh, dude!
They try to eat me. I'm 6'3". I'm definitely throwing one of them.
Hey, we're stronger. Okay, they got pot bellies and long arms. Okay, we both bench
You got that reach though.
we both can bench a good 225. So I think we'll be fine. But I'm just trying to say that just leaves I don't know. It makes the world a lot more like questionable to me when like shit like that pops up, because I'm like, we don't really know a whole lot. I mean, we'd like to think we know a whole lot, but do we actually know a whole lot? It doesn't make any sense.
Chase?
What?
I know they need some freedom. They need some freedom. I will go over there and we should colonize it in
Nope.
the name of America. We will add that to our.
Nope.
We'll add that to the bracket of all
Nope.
the different
No.
states we have.
They have freedom, and you know what they do with it? They eat people.
That ain't freedom, son. They need barbecue. They need
They have barbecue. Their favorite, human flesh. They're like, ooh, but
Do
they don't even
eat
talk.
each other?
Dude, that's
Is it
the other thing.
cannibalism if they're not fully human.
That's a great
They have to
question.
do the same exact species for it to be cannibal.
Right, which is why you can't
Then it would
pinpoint
be
it.
like us eating monkey.
But from the stories, they would I don't know, because they had their own language. They could only mimic human speech. They have their own basic language, right? They can't talk like we can. They don't have the vocabulary. So That's another reason why I'm leaning more towards maybe it's ape-related. Instead of like a branch of human evolution. They're not intelligent enough to be like we are. They have their own grunts and stuff that we can't understand. Granted, we can't understand what dolphins...
Maybe their vocal cords are strained because of their short stature.
See? That'd be great to know.
They got no need.
Scientists, could you get on this, please?
What do they need to talk for?
It'd be great to know. I have no idea. No idea.
But people living there now, they should be able to evolve. It's not like they're a third world country anymore. There are people with jeeps on the island.
Well, that's what they're saying. They can mimic, but they can't replicate. But that's the weird thing, because those orangutans, like full-on orangutans, like they're the orange orangutans from Africa, they mimic people and they go, oh, they use tools and they can do it. So are these guys stupider?
So nuts.
It really blew my mind. I was like, are you kidding me? And that was on Joe Rogan. That was on Joe Rogan podcast, bro.
That is nuts.
It's freaking nuts. I don't even know how. But anyway, thanks for turning me on to the mini island.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't, but I couldn't show you the map of where it is exactly, but it's in Indonesia. It's in Asia. So, but again, like I said, it's completely different than any other island on planet Earth.
Any of you with a bunch of money that don't know what to do with it, instead of wiping your ass with platinum, send us to Midget Island. I will go to Midget Island. I will bring you back a trophy of a tusk from a mini pygmy elephant. I will do that for you.
You know what?
Sponsored with a lot of money.
We'll hang it right over there.
They need freedom. They need fireworks, beer.
The tusk would be like this big.
We could blow them away with our technology. You know what we could do? I mean, with some dry ice and a fan, a little bit of water, you definitely get like a smoke machine going. They scare the hell out. We'll be gods. Do they have red hair over there? We could be gods.
I think we could.
We could be gods. We could be the palest gods they know.
That's funny. But yeah, I didn't know.
Killing it.
It's a real thing. It's a real island with real people, and they go, hey, don't fuck with the Ibu Gongo. They will eat you. They will come raid your village. They will take all your stuff. Okay, I guess another question. Why don't they, if they see people in jeeps and they see people like, ooh, you go fast. If they're really rudimentary, very basic, right? If they see a car and they go, ooh, we need one of those. You'd think they'd want one. Why don't they adapt? Why don't they evolve? Why don't they try and make tools? It says they don't even use fire. It says they don't use fire, they don't use tools. They're very basic, very rudimentary. Very dumb. Is it just... This could be a whole other sector of, like, ape evolution, bro. It could be like... So you have, like, gorillas...
It doesn't define it as its own species, though.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Watch, it's like the baby Bigfoot. Ooh, baby...
Ooh.
Baby Bigfoot.
Whoa.
I mean, Bigfoot's not in Indonesia, but...
We don't know.
We don't know.
Have you been to Indonesia?
No, but I remember...
I haven't been. They got a Bigfoots only out there for all.
You go out there for mission trips. That's how poor it is out there. So even the people who are there are poor. They don't have a whole lot of shit. So the island itself is poor.
See, my theory is that if they ravage from everybody else except for themselves, right?
Right.
And they don't use our cars. They don't use anything like that.
They don't use tools.
Right. So
how the fuck do they get animals,
man? They might not
man?
be as primitive as we think. See, because they're right there. I'm no rocket appliance or anything like that, definitely. But if they can do stuff like that, maybe they're bound by some kind of moral code that they have. A very weird and confusing moral code, but they would have it. Like, get this. They can steal stuff only that they think they could use, or stuff that's shiny, maybe they can sell it for each other. They're not going to steal stuff from each other.
Right.
Why would they? It's all the same stuff.
Right.
They don't steal anything of value because they don't know what that is, right? There has to be some kind of moral code there.
Well, then that begs the question, because what differs from us and, like, apes, we have an emotional capacity, right? We can feel love, hate, jealousy. What if they do have feelings? And that's where that moral code comes from.
Have feelings. I think what separates us from them is the fact that we can make.
We can make. We can process. We can think. We can adapt to things and make things better.
Yeah.
Well, then
I got a brain helmet and I know how to use it.
So they could be an emotionally intelligent animal and have this weird code you're talking about, but only steal from the people who they think are oppressing them, which is the smarter ones. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
holy shit!
Yeah, maybe to them they're picking on us for being different from them.
Yeah, maybe they think we're dumb.
Forever, it's all they've known. I want to know how long they live. I want to know what the average lifespan of one is.
Well, the massacre happened in the 18th century. That was 1700s, bro. Like that.
They refuse to adapt.
Yeah.
It's been that long. They refuse to adapt.
They said that they're
Definitely a code there. They like being the way that they are.
Well, you know the
Secluded
classic
forever.
image of people, like the cave people? You see that face, that old brown face with the flat nose. So those people
Yeah.
bred with, like the early cavemen bred with the hominin species, which we talked about. And then they think those made this branch of being, person, ape, right? Like I said in the beginning.
Well, but then why would they have secluded themselves to an island?
I'm guessing your moral code. Why did the people of Kong Island stay on Kong
I
Island?
think that they like being the way that they are, and they are very private. They don't like being messed with.
Same.
When they see something different, they
I agree.
attack it. That explains the lack of genetic diversity there.
Yep.
It could easily have, for lack of a better word, banged an upright human, you know, but,
Yep.
but they don't. They like being the way that they are. They don't want our world. They want to stay the same.
Well, like that's
And I can kind of respect that in a way. You
me
know?
too. Well, it's like that's
Commendable, really.
that's why I'm kind of leaning more towards. I don't know. I'm kind of curious, but that's why I like, because we don't acknowledge the new Kong movie, only the Peter Jackson, because that one's fucking dope, right? And in that movie, they tried to show them, the cameras and the fancy clothes, and they were like, they're still human and they still think, but they don't want anything to do with it. I think you're onto something, man. That's a good idea with the moral code.
They definitely have the most
Some
basic
kind of moral code.
societies do. Do you know why teenagers and like middle schoolers and everything like that, little preteens with their voice cracking and everything, you know why they have like little clubhouses and tree houses and you never go to them again?
No.
It's because they want to establish their own society away from their parents, a society of kids. It's a
Damn.
natural reaction of the brain. They
Dude,
seclude
that's
themselves
awesome.
to form their own society. If you've ever read Lord of the Flies, it's exactly what they do.
What's Lord of the Flies?
Lord of the Flies is a book where a bunch of kids are trapped on an island. They're about, I believe, the ages of 8 to 9. The oldest is the leader, he's 10. A whopping 10 years old. You know,
And
he's the decision maker.
What, do they like crash on the island?
They crash on the island. And they kill and they live off the land and they do everything.
And they make their own.
That's
Holy
exactly
shit.
why kids like to separate themselves and stuff like that. That's why they have tree houses, why they have forests and stuff like that. They want to establish their own society.
Holy
So
crap.
even that alone proves that they have a system of code, a certain code that they follow.
Right.
You would adapt it there. Like learning how to cuss when you're a kid. You've never done it before. You're
Right.
going to do it around your friends in the tree house. You're not going to do it like around adults. Like, what do they know? What do adults know?
So they get upset when I use a curse word. They're like, but with the kids, we feel.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
that's
then you cuss
genius.
about stuff you don't even know.
How old is that book? Lord of the Flies.
Fairly old.
Fairly old?
I would say fairly old. Yeah.
Bro.
If it's even a basic human, reaction of things is to kind of separate yourself, kind of form your own thing, do whatever you want,
Yeah.
to be different from the crowd in order to set yourself up as a leader and whatnot. To see where people fall in the Polsky diamond and whatnot.
Yeah.
I feel like to some degree that they can't be full ape because they follow that. Now you won't see. I don't sit around and watch monkeys. I work for a living.
We're
so,
not Jane, what's her face?
Jane Goodall.
Goodall.
Jane
Jane
Goodall.
Goodall.
Tarzan.
That's right. Oh,
If you
Jane.
believe in that.
Oh, Jane. Jane.
Yeah. I got calluses on my hands. I'm a working man. I don't got time to sit around and watch monkeys. I got time, and I got just enough time to sweat, sleep, and read about weird shit I'm going to talk to you about next week. That's
right.
all I do, man.
That's all we do.
But
That's all this is.
I don't know if monkeys do that or not. I don't know if they form their own private societies or anything like that.
I don't know if they have.
But if kids can do it, all the way up until they're maturing into adulthood, and kids are pretty primitive. They don't know anything. Most of them still shit their pants.
An island of primitive kids? Holy. Dude.
That's Lord of the Flies. But here in this island, they have to have some. There's got to be some kind of basic code there, basic fears.
Yeah.
Certain things that have been passed down genetically throughout, like the Komodo dragon.
Oh, I feared the
Why
big
are
Komodo
they-
dragon.
Exactly.
They go, why? They eat the people.
Yeah.
Except their sounds like.
I heard that they put a bunch of kids in front of a slideshow. It was a study, I believe, done in Sweden, and they showed them pictures of slides of everything. They're like, "What's that? That's a flower. What's that? That's a rainbow. What's that?" It was a picture of a scorpion, big ass scorpion. In Kansas, we don't have scorpions.
Right.
Have you seen a scorpion? Do you happen to live in the desert?
No.
If you haven't, you're probably a regular person. But every kid there knew what a scorpion was.
They did.
They all knew what it was.
Oh.
They knew the name of it. They knew not to mess with it.
Scorpion.
They knew everything about it. They did. They are kids that have never seen it.
How the hell do they know?
Of, I think it was 3 to 5, around that age group.
Scorpion.
It's because back when we were cave people, we had to fight them to survive.
Well, yeah,
It was kind of an intrinsic fear that was passed down genetically to us. And what if they have something similar to that of the Komodo dragon?
Dude, that's
Maybe at a different
nuts.
time they were way bigger.
That. Holy shit. Well, they say that the big ones aren't really the bad ones. The small ones are the bad ones. Have you heard that? About the scorpions?
Yeah.
The small ones are the most poison, like the small snakes. So, in San Antonio, my uncle used to live.
Spotted lizards.
Well, in Texas, there's a ton of little scorpions that run around. He goes, "Oh, don't fuck with those." I go, "Why?" He goes, "They're poisonous, man." I go, "What are you talking about? They're like this big, like the size of a regular spider in your house." They were by the bathroom toilet. I'm like, "Oh, he's been killing a couple, like squishing them." Those are the bad ones. The big ones just, they hurt you.
Man.
Because the sting is to distract you, then they clip you in the knee.
See, I'm no Michael Vick or nothing, but if I definitely had scorpions that just come to my bathroom, I wouldn't squash them right away.
Why?
Now, battle royale, buddy. You gotta put them in. You gotta put them in
I was
fish
like,
tank, right?
Michael Vick, where's he going with this? He's like, it's like fighting pit bulls, but with the scorpions.
Dude.
You're like, go at it, bro. The funny
if
thing
you guys
is,
are dumb enough to watch us talk, I bet you'd be willing to pay money to see 2 scorpions do a battle royale.
we'll make it happen. We'll get some from the pet store.
They'll move up the tiers, right? Different challengers. You get 2
It's
or
like
5
UFC,
guys.
but for scorpions.
Exactly. They gotta go. How many rounds? Like 30. Then you can catch 30 in a week. Have them mailed to you.
You're like, all right, man, we're doing this tournament.
Battle royale.
But do you know anything else about this island? Because everything I know is what you told me, and I looked it up just to verify, and it's all true, man. Like, this shit isn't just make believe. Like, there's unknown sectors of planet Earth that we don't even fucking know about. But I think my favorite analogy of like how well you know Earth is like Joe Rogan goes, "We're a giant modified spacecraft spinning and floating through space around a sun that gives us heat that we need to survive on a daily basis." Like that's how rudimentary that we know about Earth and about the universe. So I mean, it doesn't shock me we don't know anything about this island or about the deepest part of the ocean or shit like that. But I don't even know how the fact you came up with it. Did you read it in like an article, like newspaper?
I read about it. I was reading about achondroplasia.
Oh, the big penis disease? Is that what it is? The midget disease? Cartilage
it's the
disease?
most common form of dwarfism. That's the term. Dwarfism is the medical term.
Dwarfism.
The most
Okay.
common form is achondroplasia, and if you look it up on WebMD, one of the side effects, I tell you from other dwarf offsets, is an incredibly large trunk. I did not want to learn this, but just like you,
When you're on
kind of
Google.
took me by surprise, and you know, stuck in a Google tornado. And there you have it.
Damn, we went
So
right
if
to...
you look at a midget and you think, how big is your slong? There's a 75% chance it's probably the size of your leg. As an
Hi,
adult
Walt.
man,
Hi, Walt.
just saying.
Well, hey, man. I
And
think
a creepy island full of midgets just goes to show you one other thing.
that we have no idea about on Earth.
The world might be a happy, fun, sunshiny place, but life ain't all burritos and strippers, pal. It is not all burritos and strippers.
Where did that come from? What's
Just saying, burritos and strippers, that's a good day, bud. It ain't all burritos and strippers out there.
Remember that
Ain't
one
all
time
hookers
we
and
were young,
rainbows.
and I was like, "Hey, how would they be to go to the strip club?" Remember that? And they're like, "Oh, buddy." They heard my girlish voice, like my high-pitched voice at 19, like, "How much does it take to go to the strip club?"
What
And they
was
were
even
like,
girly was the fact you were just always excited for everything. Like, hey, cool, man.
"Yeah." Adam had been drinking a little bit. He's like, "Yeah, man, let's totally go." And you were like, "I'm down for whatever." And I'm just like, "Oh, cool. Hey, how old do you gotta be to go to the strip club?" He goes, "Oh, man, listen, guy." On the phone, he goes, "You gotta be 21. Yes, I'm sorry." And I was like, "No, it's okay. It's my fault for calling." That was bitch me. And I was like, "Sorry."
I was, 3 years ago?
That was 3 years ago, yeah.
3 years ago?
Oh, 19, 20, almost 4 years ago, bro.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
I don't remember 2016 and briefly 2017. I was drunk a lot. Okay.
That was a good summer though.
I remember very little of it. There are videos and stories he tells me every day. I've known this guy since what, middle school?
Yep.
You were in middle school, yeah. Known him since middle school, and there are things out there that we will have had full conversations about. I don't remember. I
This
have no
one,
clue how it happened.
this one we will. It's documented.
You know, we have video proof.
Ta-da! But yeah, anyway, I think that's it, man. That's all I got to talk about. That's all I found. Anything else from you?
Not yet.
No? Not yet? Alright.
Not yet.
We'll think of next week's episode.
We'll definitely stay up, binge read some stuff.
Hell yeah, we will.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll catch you next time on the Buzz Boys Podcast. Alright, y'all. See you later.
Alright.
Oh!
Alright. Wait. Maybe I should do a cool outro.
Okay.
Alright, you ready for this?
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna practice my gold radio voice.
You got it.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to today's show. Really appreciate your cooperation here with everything, and now we're gonna be taking it back a notch. All right, so you guys just kick back, relax, take your shoes off, your socks off, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
That's pretty dope, actually.
I tell you, dude.
That's pretty dope.
Oh, howdy.
Dude, we did a pretty good length of time there. Almost 40 minutes.